Right, everyone, we are back. We are back. Hopefully we are back. Are we back? And I think I got my timing way off here, because I'm seeing F2 cars go out on track. I'm seeing F2 cars go out on track. Hang on a second. I've rushed up here. I've rushed up to see F2 qualifying. Hang on. Welcome, Chris. Hang on a second. Get the fan on. Spain. Practice 2, 4 PM. We got ourselves an hour of build-up. Yes! Okay, that still works for me. That still works for me. Bear with me. Bear with me a second, just to need to move that premiere back an hour. F1 Manager bigger, vlog smaller. Chat, what do we think? What do we think? We're going to discuss FP1, all of the news coming out of it, FP2 as well. I can let you know that it is not raining so far on the track, and it is qualifying for F2. Arthur Leclerc in there, Iwasa, Doohan doing really well. Theo Porcher, I don't think having the best season this season, surprisingly. Deruvala did really well in Monaco. Paul's going to a posh barbecue, very, very, very nice. Let us know how things are going in your part of the world, everyone. Do let us know. Has everyone finished working by now, hopefully? Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. Nice. Yeah, it's not raining at Catalonia. No rain on the track. And let me know what you want to see. Welcome Dusk as well. We can do it. We can do it like that. Should we roll like that? Is that going to be a better one? What about the standings? Do you like the standings like that, or should we condense the standings? Hang on a second. Because on the standings we could do like this. Oh no, don't do that. I do this. No. There we go. Is that a bit too squished, or do we like that? Because then we can make me a little bit smaller. You don't want to see me that much, do you? And then we can put the vlog in like that. Right? But we'll put the vlog in like behind me. Hang on. Where am I? There I am. So I go like that. What do we think of that setup, chat? What do we think of that? Welcome, Vlatka. Oh, nice one. Chris is going to listen to the stream as we go. So we'll keep you updated on F2 qualifying. These are the drivers you would expect. You would expect these drivers, at least a few of them, to be in Formula 1 in the next few years. Obviously, it's a stock championship in F2, but some of the teams just seem to consistently do better than the other. That's how it works. What do we think about the setup here, everyone? Do we like the setup? We could do the setup in a different way still. If you like it, we can run the old setup like that. Why don't we get that in there? Well, they have just spoken. We have just been in contact just to make sure that we're not... It's a very different setup we're running for FP2, isn't it? Paul likes it. I want to hear from you in the chat. Do you like this setup? We can even zoom the camera in and out. Look at this. Not that. That's the wrong way. Whoa! That's maybe too much. so we can go in and out on the camera. This is the feedback we're getting from FP1 for us. Maybe a little bit too much drag on the standings, so we've just sort of narrowed it a little bit, narrowed up those side pods. I'm trying to showcase the F1 Manager a little bit more. Just moving. There's some small front UI adjustments here on the stream. And let me tell you what's going on in F2 qualifying. I think it is Fittipaldi who is currently on pole. I think they just do one big session. So there's 20 minutes to go in this big session that they do. Deruval is in P4. Theo Porcher's in P6. Trying to work out from the acronyms here. And Mick Doohan goes P1. Doohan in the Alpine Driver Academy, I think. I think he's Alpine Driver Academy. And Iwasa goes P2. Those two drivers are doing really well this season. They're kind of class of the field, aren't they? Anyone in chat follows F2? Not the F2 freestylers, I mean Formula 2. Let me know. Put F1 Manager a little bit to the right. Hang on. Hang on. You mean like that? I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Hang on. Do we actually want to do it a bit like that? So you never... Oh, you... Hang on. Chris P's pulled an absolute blinder here. Surely that's how we want to run F1 Manager. Look how pro this looks. And then we can move that to the outside. Right? Look at this setup. Look at this setup, chat. I'm not being funny, but isn't this like a sick, genuinely like pro level strat setup? Even this text... We can have the text sort of... Hang on, whoa. We can have the text sort of doing something. That's a bit... Just have it a bit slimmer on the top, right? Can I justify it? Can I justify the text? Can we justify it? Oh, this is big if we can do some old justification. Alignment. Boom. Oh, no, hang on. We want to justify this to the right. Look at that. That's pro. This setup is banned in 43 EU countries. It's too good, yeah. The famous 47 member states of the EU. Not a fan of this OP setup. I tell you what, it does look quite good, doesn't it? It's now just up to me. I've got to be knowledgeable. Unfortunately, I have no knowledge. If I had knowledge, this would be unbeatable. Chat, any more suggestions to our stream? As we're kind of gearing up for FP2. We're actually crashing through the weekend here. Let me know. Let me know. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. But I feel like we've done a pro level strat. We've learned a lot in FP1. I'm just looking at the setup. The only thing I don't like is it's kind of squished. The standings are kind of squished a little bit, but maybe I'll get over it. Maybe it's because I've seen them unsquished. Come forward a little bit. The NPC in the orange Viz shirt is the best graphics ever. Yeah, that is like leaked footage of F1 29. That is. Can you imagine how good... Chat, does anyone think the graphics in F1 29 will actually be much better? Or have graphics got as good as they're going to get? Doohan on pole at the moment by 3/10. Get out of here. No Sunderland fan. It's a Sunderland free zone. Unfortunately. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change that text at the top to say Sunderland free zone. I like how we can showcase the latest subs and members and stuff like that as well. That's nice. I think this is a setup, man. Honestly, I think we nailed it. I'm just really worried the setup is too good and someone's going to come in and be like, this guy's streaming last season's race live because the graphics are like obscene. I need to make the disclaimer bigger. I need to make the disclaimer even bigger. There we go. Check with your supervisor. I mean, for potentially very powerful words if they get through, right? Am I right? Sorry, Rob. So I've come out swinging there. Less than 20 minutes to go in F2 Q practice. None of those words made any sense, did they? What do they even say there? Yeah, Duhan is looking pretty good. His teammate is down in 14th. Don't know if he's driving for the Prima team, but if he is, then his teammate, who I don't know who it is, should be doing a little bit better. Dennis Hauger is currently in P4. He's in the Red Bull liveried car, so I presume he's in the Red Bull Driver Academy. See how he does. Is there going to be any big incidents in qualifying before FP2? I don't think so. But you got the standings on the left there, we can see, and obviously a big statement. Let me just check out the news, everyone. Let me just check out the old news situation. See if we can get anything coming out. Standings look really fine. Is that fine as in like, yeah, they look good, or fine as in like then they're too narrow? Whoa, what's that? It's interesting. You can't watch F1 highlights elsewhere other than YouTube. FP1 telemetry. Yeah, wow. Perez is Perez is 8/10 slower. It's kind of even hard to fathom, right? It is just so much slower. Shall I get this up? Bear with me. Here you go. We'll get this up at the moment as we're sort of browsing. Can you see? Put the text in bright red. Oh, you guys and girls are just so good, man. Color, select color. Oh. Can you get an outline? Yeah, we can get an outline on this. I'm not sure that pops. I think we need to go yellow. If I know anything about thumbnails, we need to get that in yellow text, frankly. Just to make it like absolute. Oh man, that pops, right? That pops. We can up the outline size. Size, okay, I think. There we go. That's very strong note. Yellow will pop, yeah. Too distracting with white for, yeah, but the white, maybe the white is, the yellow grabs your attention. Like, no one's going to come in this stream and not read that, right? Property pop, 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 welcome Dan. No one's going to come in and not read it. All we want is when they come and they're just like taking down pirated streams of the actual race, we want them to just take a second and be like, oh, hang on. This ain't a pirated stream. That's it. That's all we want them to do. And it saves me having to run around suing people. This is a good use of everyone's time, frankly. Although I am making a video on how I sued Formula 1 and won. How long before FP2, please, says Martina Wuda. There is 50 minutes to go till FP2. At the moment, it is qualifying for Formula 2. FIA Formula 2. And then there will be a half-an-hour break and everyone will get ready for FP2. Remember, FP2 today, and then tomorrow before qualifying you have FP3. So FP2 is where we might see the race simulations, might see an indication of race pace, might even see some sort of gentle battling on track. No worries, Martina Wuda. Very much hope that helped. And to be honest, I had thought that practice started at 3 PM. Someone told me in chat, and I just was like, yeah, that's it. Gonna schedule the stream for 3 PM, and I didn't even check. That's the level of trust I have in the chat here. You don't see this on other channels. You don't see that level of just flagrantly reckless trust in your chat, for better or for worse. But it means I'm nice and early.
Copy. Remember the pit lane speed limiter.
But anyway, yeah, you can look at this graph and see that between Perez and Albon, it was only 1.3 between them. I'm just amazed, by the way. Anyone amazed at how short the lap is at Catalonia? Like, I've always thought of Catalonia as like a fairly meaty circuit. You have to go around these long corners. But the cars are just so fast. 1 minute 14 lap time at Catalonia just frankly feels wrong. That feels too quick. Chris P, I think the stream should be catered to the viewers and easy for new viewers. Yes, exactly. There's no new viewers or existing viewers if there's no stream. So, people looking at the radar, looks like rain incoming for... That was 4 PM local time. So it was going, it looks like rain is on its way potentially. They were just looking at the live radar. Potentially rain on the way. Patient Lee says, love that you're on early. Just got up having a coffee here in Florida. Very nice, Patient Lee. Gonna be in the States very soon. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about being in the United States again. It's been a couple of years. It's been before COVID. But always good being in the UK, go to the Big Brother, USA. Big Dave! I'm not smart enough to know how free practice relates. Bear with me, Big Dave. Bear with me, Big Dave. Let's just send this driver out. But I like watching the cars go around in circles, very nice. That's what it's like when you actually go to a race. When you go to a race, you just watch the cars go around. You don't really know what's going on, frankly. Like the big motor, you don't. It's not the same unless the only time I would say you really feel connected when you're actually at a race is lap 1, because there's often big incidents. So remember, like Hamilton and Rosberg here, lap 1, or when someone's really chasing someone down near the end of the race. Otherwise, there's this kind of, I don't know if anyone else in chat goes to races, but there's like these sort of big, it's hard to sustain the like absolute edge of like what's going on, because you may as well be at home. Not Florida, I'm afraid. Not Florida. I can't say anyway. I've said too much. The beans have been spilt already. There's beans all over the floor. Dennis Hauger. Is it Dennis Hauger? It was Dennis Hauger, a wrestler. Hauger's on pole. Hauger's on provisional pole for F2. Duhan in P3, Deruvala P3, Duhan in P2, Deruvala in P3, Ollie Behrman in P4. Ollie Behrman crashed out of the feature race at Monaco, didn't he? Rob says, first time for me this year at Silverstone. That's great. Nothing like a home GP. Quite a long way to go from Sunderland, though. Should be a great race. Patiently, New York man actually never left after Miami GP. Actually never left? What do you mean? I'm confused. Oh, Theo Porcher puts it on provisional pole in FIA Formula 2. Theo Porcher, that's a oh, Fittipaldi knocks him off. It's crazy in F2. Fittipaldi's now in the lead. 5 came for the GP and a private 750S McLaren. Oh, very nice, patiently. Tell us a little bit more about the McLaren. Am I a bit blurry? There we go. Tell us a little bit more about the 750S McLaren launch event. I presume, how do they launch it? Welcome Mike Morris from New Zealand. It must be very late in New Zealand. Brendan Hart. Is there a more famous New Zealand driver than Brendan Hartley? Who has raced in Formula 1. Now racing for Toyota in the World Endurance Championship. He'll be at Le Mans. He's in with a very good chance of winning Le Mans. He's not in the ultimate car, is the Kobayashi, Jose Maria Lopez and Mike Conway car. Is Mike Conway from New Zealand? That's the Premier Toyota Giro 10, but Brendan Hartley's in the sort of second Toyota, which means he's in the second fastest car in the whole race. Crispy just saying Israel Adesanya. Going a bit mixed martial arts. He's from New Zealand, but he's not a racer, is he? Doesn't answer the full question, does it? Rob has no idea what to expect at the race weekend, but looking forward to it. Has anyone... Patiently's been to Miami. Patiently, what can you let Rob know about the GP? What would you recommend Rob do? What's the strat at Silverstone? Patiently was at Windward Walls, Miami. There's 750S in the room hidden away. Only 10 people allowed in at each time. You either need to know someone or pay the 10k USD ticket for McLaren Race House. Wow. Patiently a man with connections. 750S in a room hidden away. That sounds awesome. We got what? Is it the 640? Is it the 640? The 720? And now the 765 LT and the 750S now. Patiently just saying turn 1. Just go. Make sure you go to turn 1. Turn 1 at Silverstone is farm, right? So you got a farm, then into village. Welcome, Mary. Good to see you. Chris, he's the fastest one in New Zealand, car or no car. Maybe we'll see him. So 7 minutes to go in F2. Fittipaldi is on pole, provisional pole. Theo Pourchaire is only 1/10 behind. Stock championship, by the way. But the gap between, at the moment, first and last in F2 in a stock championship is actually greater than the gap between second and last in Formula 1 FP1. Isn't that quite interesting? Rob, I got grandstand tickets in Beckett's. Wow, going to be seeing some very fast corners there. Should see, incredible to see the drivers sort of change direction. Although I believe the Friday might be general admission, so you might on the Friday be able to move around. But I think that'd be a good spot for the race. Farchinger missed the F1 race at Indy. Yeah, unfortunately. F1 going back, I'm not sure F1 will ever go back to Indy after what happened. Can we talk about what happened yet, or is it too soon? Patiently, turn 1 would be what I recommend. It's like you were saying, lap 1, turn 1, and at the end of the race when someone's hunting someone down. Yeah. Also, turn 1, normally you have a view of the pits. I've been at Hungary turn 1. Hungary turn 1 was great. I have been at Barcelona turn 1 as well. I wasn't turn 1 last year, but I've been turn 1. I've never been Silverstone. No, I have sat in Village. I have sat in Village, actually. It just doesn't I was sat on like the other side. It doesn't really feel like turn 1 when you're on the other side. To be honest, the Silverstone, I still in my head have like the old Silverstone layout. It's just so ingrained in me. Farchinger, I was there for Seb's first F1 race in Reims. Oh, very nice. Yeah, Seb tore it up, BMW, then went to Toro Rosso. Didn't he win in Monza? Very quickly put in the Red Bull, and the rest, as they say, is history. Although, he is no longer the most successful driver in... Well, it depends how you classify it. He no longer has the highest race wins for Red Bull in Formula 1. That's now Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen 2 World Championships to Seb Vettel's 4. Now, let me pose you a question here, chat. Let me pose you a little question. Let's say, when it's all said and done, in Max Verstappen's F1 career, he does not get 5 world championships. Let's say he gets to 4. How would you compare him to Sebastian Vettel? I don't think enough respect is put on Seb Vettel's name, to be honest. I think there needs to be some more respect put on that name. What do we think, chat? What do we think about that? Yeah, put them in the Discord. Put them in photos. Put them in photos, and you get a lot of people. People are sharing their cars. We were streaming the other day, and there's someone who had a Maverick in Brazil. Send photos of it into Logos. Very, very cool. Get some great love for the photos in there. 3,000 people in the Discord. Need to update that thing. You know what? Damn it! I'm going to update it right now. I'm going to update it right now. Let's do some FP stuff. Chat. What the hell? How do I log in? Doesn't make any sense for me, this. Ah, that's the wrong one. Damn. I'm so bad at this. I've just made a massive mess of what I'm trying to do. "23 minutes left of the workday." Wow, counting it down till the checkered flag. Just hang in there. His stick with Ferrari tarnished his reputation. Oh, I don't think there's quite enough respect put on Seb at Ferrari, because Ferrari did some absolute clown stuff while he was there. Like straight up clown stuff. Right, chatbot. Chat, let's update the chatbot. What have I got? Custom commands. Feel free to join our Discord to talk more sim racing, rigs, karting and more. That's if you write !Discord. I'm going to change it to our custom link. 3,000 person strong Discord. Save. Okay, hang on. What's on the where's the timer ones? Timers. Ah, okay, here we go. Welcome Phantom, welcome Neon Sphere, not too bad. We're going through and we're doing some you see, we changed the stream. We're doing some FP stuff. So subscribe. So every 10 minutes, the bot will say, liking the stream, smash that subscribe button and join the sim racing community. Can we improve that? I'm trying to think what we can improve before FP2. 30 minutes to go. Liking the stream, smash that subscribe button, and join this sim racing community. I think that one might be fine. Save. Discord. Don't miss out when the stream ends. Join 1,000. Got to change it. Join 3,000 other sim racers in the KRT. It's now KCR, isn't it? KCR Discord, where the conversation continues. Update the link. Okay, that one's updated. That comes every 16 minutes. GT Omega. Want a 5% discount on GT Omega goodies? Use Kireth or Kireth 5 at checkout and bag yourself 5% off. I'll just shorten that. I'll just say use Kireth 5. Both of the codes work, but we'll just shorten it. Not only sim races. Hang on, where did they say that? Don't miss out when the stream ends. Join 3,000 other sim races and motorsport fans. Oh, nice one, Patiently. That's quite exciting. Is that the car they've just added to ACC? I can't remember. Looking forward to seeing it, though. Join 3,000 other sim races and motorsport fans, where the conversation continues. Save. Mental health challenge. Mental health challenges. Don't fight alone. Get support here. Mind.org.uk. That one we keep. The person below this message is a legend. We keep. Welcome, Alex. Good to see you, man. Have a good weekend from Alex Wilmot Racing. I've heard is now absolutely dominating the fertilizer industry. By the way, Ollie Beerman just nicking pole at the end there. The Ferrari driver. Maybe Carlos Sainz out, Ollie Beerman in. We'll see. Give that like button a good old rub. That's all we've got at the moment. Chat, what else should we have in there for timers? What should we have for timers? Is there anything else we can add? Or what do we want for chat commands? Like exclamation mark something. Discount codes for fertilizer. Hang on, we'll do one now. Add new command. New command. Exclamation mark fertilizer. UK spelling. Fertilizer. Response. Go check out AW Racing in our Discord for all your fertilizer needs. Should we do... I'll do an emoji. Alright, someone try... Sim.to yes, someone try doing exclamation mark fertilizer. Can someone try exclamation mark fertilizer? Sim Racers and Motorsport fans, that's what we've got now. I want to see this. Someone do it. Here we go. Yeah! Look at that! Nice? Happy? Does that work? Alright, we should do Sim Doctor. We should promote our own stuff as well. Sim Doctor. Okay. This is going to be a timer. This is going to be a timer. Timer. Add new timer. We'll do it every 13 minutes. Don't get... No worries, Alex. What do we write here for Sim.to? Get... Don't miss. Don't miss the latest and breaking light deployed. I'll do that. We'll do exclamation mark light. Hang on. Don't miss the latest and breaking sim racing and motorsport news. Head over to Sim Doctor and sign up for our newsletter and sign up for the free newsletter.
And there's the hit, and it's crystal clear who was in the wrong there.
Okay.
That was a bitter blow for the team.
So that's the...
really hurt their overall chances.
What's happened there? That's timer. Now let me do it as well as the command. Hang on. Chat commands. Custom commands. Add new command. Doctor. Okay. Can someone try exclamation mark doctor? There we go. Welcome, Dan. And you can try exclamation mark like as well. They're getting ready for FP2 now, by the way. Please put a flower on a vegetable. Hang on. Fertilizer. Flower on a vegetable. Flower. Okay, you can try a fertilizer as well. Yeah, try exclamation mark like. What else can we do? What else can we do? Alt commands. Can someone try exclamation mark uptime? Exclamation mark uptime. Oh, and there's a tipping one. I have a tipping link. Let me do tipping. Uptime. Oh no, that's tried to say you. Do I need to do it then? Hang on, let me try it. Uptime. Ah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a thing. You need to get in there, Lewis. You know what? Something that would be amazing, I'm going to ask in the Discord, is just to have like F1, classic F1 radio sounds, or just stuff from Motorsport, or stuff from my videos. Just clip them, and I can do them on the alerts. We can do a stream where we just create our own alerts. Like, there's no problem doing that. And then once we've got them all, I can download them, I can just add them all in. I'm going to try the tipping one. Let me do exclamation mark tip. Tip. Let me see if that actually goes through to my... Nah. No, it doesn't. Okay. Don't click that. I'm so bad at this stuff. Custom command. Okay, we can make some more custom ones. What do we want? Okay, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one. Okay, someone write in the chat exclamation mark Bono. Exclamation mark Bono. Let's try this one. What else should we do? There we go. We can do whatever we want, chat. We can have whichever ones we would like, you know? Yeah. Awesome. Any more? Come on, chat. We must have more. Come on, let's... Now's the time. Now we've got this window of opportunity. We can just do it. I haven't been on this screen for like 2 years. What should we add? Make a Moses one. Okay, what do we do? You got to give me the exclamation mark thing and what you want it to be, and I can just add them. There's like their community ones. And that means I can just chill here. I can just chill. Create and manage a queue with your viewers. Nope. Come on, chat. I know we got this. I'm putting the pressure on you, chat. Let me know the commands. This is the opposite of what most streamers do. Let's just do like 20. We just do 20 now. Just absolutely load it up. Right? Anyone got that inspiration? Bob's got Discord. Discord's there. We've got Discord already. Just updated it. Sim racing, rigs, karting and more.
Roger.
Anything else we should have? We should have my Twitter. Hang on. Where is my Twitter? It's my Twitter. You can't part there. Okay, but what's the thing after it? Nine minutes. Oh, till end of work. You can't part there, but what's the thing? I need both parts. I need the exclamation part. I need what you want to happen. Okay, here we go. Vlaka's going. Exclamation mark chat. Thank you, chat. I appreciate that. Okay, you can try it now. You can try it. Exclamation mark chat. I know, it's such a big opportunity. Set our commands. We might be able to come up with like just the best command anyone's ever done. That's the exciting thing about doing anything, right? Is that anytime you do anything, you could do it the best anyone's ever done it. Like we could come up right now with the best command in history. See, Black has got one. Suzuki still in Valencia. Unfortunately, next weekend I'm going to be in away. Right. I need to come up with some as well. Moses, he parted on me. Okay, let's try it. Exclamation mark Moses. He parted the sea. Right, Moses. Okay, you can try it now. Exclamation mark Moses. I'm surprised someone hasn't asked one with their just username. This is your opportunity. There's 43 people watching now. Welcome to the 43. There might be 3,000 people watching on Sunday. Like, now's the chance to get these commands in. F1 commands. What do we want to do that's fun? You know what I mean? The in-jokes. Donut. Give a random person in chat a donut. Can I choose? Is there a command to get random person in chat? Twitch is quite good for this stuff. Okay, let me do it. Okay, you can try it. You can try it now. Try it. Exclamation mark donut. Dan's too old for Twitch, it seems. I don't think anyone's too old for it. It's just a bit clunky, isn't it? Come on, we need some more chat. We need some more before the stream gets too busy. There is a cooldown. Oh, okay, there's no cooldown. Any more? Any more? We've added like 4. We can add a lot more. One more race. Kimmy have said already. Chat knows what I'm doing. What's the exclamation mark for that? I think we need like the exclamation bits need to be simple. The response can be as complicated as we want, but something that's simple. I've got one. Okay. Exclamation mark new sub. And I say response. Thanks a lot for joining the community. Please can everyone give you a warm welcome. Okay. So if someone's a new subscriber, we can say, by the way, if you're a new subscriber, just write exclamation mark new sub. And we can see who the new subs are. What do we think about that? What do you think about that idea? Welcome new people. We can do exclamation mark lurk. Hello to all the lurkers. We appreciate you. I've got. I see now. I'm on a freaking roll. Okay. Exclamation mark roll call. Roll call time. Let us know in the chat if you're watching. Okay. Roll call. Exclamation mark nations. Let us know in the chat where in the world you're watching from. So now people in chat, you guys and girls can do these bits that we know are quite fun. 3 globes doesn't really work, does it? Exclamation mark snacks. What are you snacking on? What are you snacking on? Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Bye. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time. Okay. Goat, K-Self, let's do it. Goat. KCR for the win. I know what we should do. We should KCR roll call, and it will just say the names of who's got a KCR username, and then we can do them in the KCR roll call. Oh, see, rig works. Rig's already set up. But yeah, so let me show you what I've got. So we've got exclamation mark.
Yellow's ahead. Okay.
New sub. The hell? I'm not gonna say please can. It's a bit like primary school, isn't it? New sub. Please give our newest subscriber a warm KCR welcome. Okay, so if I try new sub again, new sub. Okay, so if there's people that we can be like, oh, if you've just joined, please do exclamation mark new sub. We can do exclamation mark lurk. Hello to all the lurkers. Exclamation mark roll call. Yeah, you can try exclamation mark merch. See, that's quite. That one pops a little bit, doesn't it? Exclamation mark nations. Let us know in chat where in the world you're watching from. Exclamation mark snacks. What are you snacking on? Exclamation mark bye. Exclamation mark goats. Thanks, Martina. And I think if you do exclamation mark commands, it might show you a list of all of them, I would hope. Ugh, does it not? Nah, it doesn't. So they're kind of secret. Oh, you know what? We'll just do it ourselves. Add new command, exclamation mark commands. We're gonna get exclamation mark goat, exclamation mark buy, snacks, nations, roll call, lurk, new sub, donut. Damn it. Donut. Moses. Chat. Twitter. Bono. Like. Doctor. Fertilizer. Discord. Low. Wheel. Super GT. Donate. Merch. Pleb. Okay, someone do exclamation mark commands. Do exclamation mark commands. And see where you go from there. "13 minutes to go, by the way, everyone. 30 minutes to go. There you go. See, we don't have that many commands. We could have way more commands, you know? Way more commands. So much stuff we could do. Where's our... Does this work? Nah, it doesn't. Fast Ginger member for 25... Fast Ginger, you must be one of the longest serving members.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter.
Fast Ginger, 25 months. You honestly, Fast Ginger, you must be... Is that from iRacing back in the day? Because that is insane. 25 months support. You know. Let's say I live till I'm 60. That's like a 30th of my life you've been a member. Hopefully I live longer than 60. But... Let's review the last practice and race for Monaco to predict who is going to win in Spain. Wow, down to brass tacks. I think Verstappen's going to win. That's my prediction. That's my Verstappen for the pole and for the win. But anything can happen in the rain. We might see someone who really... Maybe Hamilton in the rain can do something. It doesn't often rain at Catalonia. These corners are going to be tricky in the rain. Become a real driver's test. Tyres. What's your temp? Let's add tyres then. Add command. Tyres. Tyre wear. Do you think Alonso has learnt anything? I think the Astons didn't look that great. They had some issues with their nose cones in FP1, so fortunately for the Alonso fans, I don't think... I feel like Monaco was his opportunity, to be honest. Exclamation mark pit, let's do it. There we go. That's done. Rain, everyone crashed out but Sargent because he's so far back. There's a massive 19-car crash. And then Logan Sargent just like has to do like 40 laps on his own. And he still bins it. But he wins because he did more laps than anyone else. Looking at full-on tickets, is Miami sold out? No, Miami won't be on sale yet for next year. I think... I don't know where you're looking, but I'm pretty sure Miami won't be on sale yet. I might be wrong, but maybe I'm wrong actually. It's less than a year, isn't it? Less than a year. Still finished 2 laps down, yeah. I think I don't know if a race would not be classified if no one actually gets to the lap time. It's an interesting... I guess it's a good time to talk about it. If everyone crashes out of a race, does it just tick down? There's a timer effect. It becomes a 2-hour race, and you have to tick it down. Or would you basically see, could any of the cars fix their car? It might become like an engineer GP. If that makes sense. FP2 in 9 minutes, by the way. 9 minutes to FP2. Actually going to get some of this stuff ready, if you don't mind. Oh shoot. FP3 is going to end in this game. Hang on. I have to do that again. Bear with me. Difficult to do all this stuff in the background, isn't it?
And really,
Sturk, with the status quo, one would say if it rains, the difference between Max and Phil will get even bigger. I mean, the thing is, if you want to become immortal, that's what you need to do, right? In the rain. So I actually agree with you. I feel like he would see that as an opportunity to sort of like make a real statement, lap the field. Welcome, I'm Masena making some incredible liveries. Keep an eye on that because we've got a video coming, collaborating with someone to get you a video that includes liveries. Do some more sort of hardcore livery videos as well. Farton's still working over in the colonies, over in the United States, the subsidiary. Hope all is going well over there. And yeah, they're doing a final break, and then it's going to be 7 minutes or so to FP3. We'll have the timings up. A little bit bigger now. We've got the chat stuff as well. I'm going to close that. We don't do that anymore. That's all done. Good to do. We don't need the stats either. Get my mouse. Where's my mouse? Huh? Got my mouse back. It was stuck in the game. Nice. I think we got a really nice stream setup for this. I've got to be honest. I think the stream setup's looking sick. Need to join back with the Empire. We tried. When did you try? Kate says, why are you so sure about Max? Because he's just beastly. I mean, I've taken that graphic off, but he's 8/10 quicker than... He's in a class of his own. And I think he doesn't... I don't think he cares too much about longevity of like, oh, let's try and make sure we don't look too good. I think he just wants to win. No worries, Bob Nacho. Damage in Virginia. Let's do a nations check, chat. There's 30 of us. Let's do a nations check. Exclamation mark nations. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Maybe I should do exclamation mark where in the world. I don't know. Predictions for FP2 and 3. I think Verstappen's gonna be on top here, but you just never know. They might have done enough already. They don't need to. Dan's in Romania, Kate's in the UK, very nice. Fast Ginger and Dan in the States, Virginia and West Virginia. Black is in Croatia, very nice. No Croatian Grand Prix. Dan tried during the Civil War. America's a bit crazy, right? Because you guys, you did the Louisiana purchase, which is insane, just like bought a whole load of land from France. So France could have like loads of land there. Didn't you buy Alaska from the Russians? Am I getting this confused? Did you buy Alaska from the Russians? And didn't you buy loads of land from Spain as well? Just like had so much cash rich, just buying the land, like Monopoly. I mean, how much was the Louisiana purchase? And for how much? Like, how much would it be worth now? Like trillions and it'd be like you wouldn't be able to value it. So do you know if there are capture cards where you don't need a PC laptop? Yeah, I used to have one. I don't know where it is though. I used to have an AverMedia Live portable, I think it was, and it recorded to a little card. So the first videos in this channel were all recorded onto an SD card. Alaska was purchased from the Russians, New York from the Dutch. That is insane. What does the USA look like if you hadn't done these purchases? You have Russia there, which is problematic. You have the Dutch are just like the super traders of the world because they've got New York. Then you've got like France in the middle of your country. What about California? Was any of California or stuff around there, Texas? Was any of that like bought from the Spanish? Look at that. You couldn't even get a McLaren 750 for that these days. United States purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million in 1866. The order 1866. $7.2 million is probably... How much is a Bugatti Chiron? You're telling me Andrew Tate could have bought Alaska? You think you got Florida from Spain? No worries, Dirk. By the way, it's not quite the hardest compound in USET. Spain, they've gone for once in the middle. Croatia GP should be at Dragon Trail Seaside. They should alternate between Seaside and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna put this on left hand side. Oh man, sometimes my genius just scary. That's so good. Now I've got the chat here. Nice. This is sick. Get back on live chat. Marcella from South Africa. Sorry, I missed you. Bob from the US. At the current rate of inflation globally, you can buy a hamburger. No, we were saying the other day, McDonald's burgers are very good value. I'm not going to go through the maths. I think we did on the F1 stream probably. I'm not going to go through the maths again, but it stacks up nicely against supermarkets. Nicely. Two minutes to go till FP1. I'm going to do a countdown. Hang on. How do I get a timer? Timer. What? No timers. Hang on, I got this. Timer for OBS. I've got 1 minute to do this. Countdown timer. Browser source. Battery's running out. Come on. Title FP2. If I miss this, I've screwed it up. Okay, I got it. Huh? What? Okay, I got it. We got it. Let me do it. Browser source. Timer. Yeah, look at me now. Let's make... Can we get a Formula 1 font? Right, we professional. We professional now. Should we put it like that? It's a minute out. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. Actually, you know what? On my screen, it's only 2 seconds out. It's only 2 seconds out on my screen. There we go. Does anyone think Ricardo's going to replace De Vries? Oh, that's a shout. Let me change my battery. I think the timer just adds that last touch. Is that timer just? It's like the sugar on the donut. Exclamation mark donut in chat. Marcella, when F1 come to South Africa, they tried, but I don't think it really got off the ground. They gave it a crack, but they probably. I don't know if they need like government assistance or something, or like support. Philip paid $15 million for the... That was a good purchase for you, Philip. It's worth Philip, it's not worth 310 million now. Oh, you mean in inflation it is? Okay, fine. I thought you were saying Louisiana. That'd be a big devaluation on Louisiana, wouldn't it? Right, FP2's underway. Alonso is out on track. You can see you got the live standings here, nice and big. We got F1 Manager in the yellow font. I have to say, I think we did such a good job in FP1. We've set this up so much nicer. Now let's see how we do, everyone. Let's see how we do in FP2. Need a Kimi emoji. We got a Ricardo emoji. Harry, you know you can access a Daniel Ricciardo emoji, right? In fact, I can add. We've got more members than we've ever had. We can add some more emojis. Right, some people are out on the test tyre. Alonso's on the test tyre. De Vries on the test tyre. So again, Pirelli doing their testing here at one of the hardest tracks actually on tyres when it's really hot. Did you set up the clock for 1 hour? Yes. It is counting down. Look at the little stream setup we got here. We're trying to mix it with the big boys, everyone. The big boys and girls. So if you are enjoying it, if you want to set us up nicely, hit that like button. 60 people watching. Let's see if we can get... Can we get to 50 likes? I know Vlatka's going to be keeping an eye on it. What's the LPH like, Vlatka? Are we doing okay? Alonso goes fastest. Remember, 14.6, I believe, was Max Verstappen's time. Welcome Moses and Booty. Moses and Booty, welcome along. Moses and Booty sounds like a great sort of 90s... sort of like a duo, like pop duo. Anyone remember Moses and Booty from the 90s? Yes, remember to hit new sub if joining. Charles running the old side pod. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if anyone knows what's going on with the wings on the Aston Martins, but they've been changing around. Do we think there's some politics in Ferrari giving Carlos Sainz the upgrade for his home Grand Prix? He's gone purple on my screen. He's gone purple on yours. 14.9. Already in the 14s. Only, I think, 3/10 off what Verstappen did in FP1. Carlos Sainz is not messing around here. He's on the Red Bull soft tyre, but he is not messing around, his old Carlos. We didn't see anyone else going in the 14s in FP1 other than Max Verstappen. Hang on a second. Hang on, hold on to your hats here. Maybe Ferrari have got... Maybe they've got some secret sauce. 0.5 LPM. Liked per month. Can we play an F1 game? We can play an F1 quiz. If anyone's got an F1 quiz question, put it in the chat. If you've got like a Who Am I or something. Look at that. Sainz and Leclerc, P1 and P2, albeit no one else is out on the soft tyre. But remember, in FP1, when people did their runs, everyone was on the soft tyre for the quali run. Everyone was on the soft tyre. So this could be Mission Ferrari looking decent. Mission Ferrari, please don't embarrass yourselves. Please don't fall over on stage. Fastman said they will spill the sauce on strategy. You think Ferrari is showing too much? Maybe they should be like, Carlos, slow down. We don't want... Wouldn't the ultimate play... This would be the ultimate play, right? If you have the fastest car, you genuinely don't show it for the first few races, first few months of the season, right? Let the team who actually ends up in P1, let them think like they're clear. So they stop development of that car and they focus on this car, and then unleash all your pace and just be dominant in the rest of the season, and they wouldn't be able to catch you. What do we think about that? Russell's been on the radio. He still doesn't like the car in the last corner. I don't think anyone did. When was the first Monaco Grand Prix? Someone said it was in like 1920 or something. I was like, surely not. I thought it was in 1960. Can anyone put your guesses in for Bob's question there? When was the first Monaco Grand Prix? Well, no, Red Bull haven't changed their engine at all. Red Bull have kept the same engine, right, Sturk? Yeah, 1929. What were they racing? Like straw bales? That's heritage, though. That's racing heritage. When people just like slap Monaco around, they don't really know what they're talking about with heritage, do they? I know I'm going to offend lots of people in chat. If Bob's here, Bob doesn't like it when I talk nice about Monaco. But I do think Monaco it's got proper history. It's something that's unique to our planet, if that makes sense. If there was another planet where they do racing, they wouldn't have a Monaco. Here's John. John's the big... No, John doesn't like... John, what's your views on Monaco? John doesn't like Indy. By the way, as John's been lurking, can we do exclamation mark lurker? And just welcome the lurkers in chat. The Ferraris are in, by the way, and I think this is Sergio Perez, who is out on a test soft tyre. I think it is a test soft tyre. But he's well off, and he runs really wide in the hairpin, really wide. Luck. What's the best movie about motor racing? The best movie about motor racing has to be Driven with Sylvester Stallone, and I will not accept any other answers there. There we go. Second time, Bob. They all count. Old Fisher Daytona. When was the first race of Daytona? Daytona where they started stripping the cars out to make them as light as possible. Is F1 Crazy? F1 Crazy was here earlier. The artist previously known as F1 Edits. The first winner of Monaco was the Bugatti Type 35. Again, that's heritage, man. Although Bugatti is now owned by Rimac, isn't it? I mean, that's like... That doesn't make any sense. How can Rimac own Bugatti? Like, what's happened there? What's gone wrong? Something's gone terribly wrong for Rimac to own Bugatti. Yeah, Carlos Sainz is dominating here. Is that going to irritate Verstappen? We know Verstappen's on a 14.6. As you can see, we've got the timer now. I think the timer adds to it. Oh, VW owns Bugatti. I thought Rimac owned Bugatti. Am I just talking fake news? MCR says Ford versus Ferrari best motor racing film. Let us know in the chat, what's the best motor racing film of all time? And why is it Driven with Sylvester Stallone? Formula 1 movie. Brad Pitt will be at Silverstone. Brad Pitt's F1 movie. Brad Pitt is going to be on track. There was a story that got way out of control. Like, the story actually was that Brad Pitt is going to be, I think, actually going onto a car at Silverstone, like a modified F2 car or something, or like F4, I don't know, and shoot some scenes. And the rumour just turned into like, Brad Pitt is going to start the Silverstone Grand Prix in an 11th team and race against all the other Formula 1 drivers. It just got like so out of control. And I was a bit irresponsible with how I supported that. James Hudson said the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, yes. That drama. Dan May's saying Senna. Senna's more of a documentary there, isn't it? Kind of. What's the best F1 race you ever watched? Oh, that's a tough one. I'll let chat weigh in. Talladega Nights. Isn't that the Ballad of Ricky Bobby though? I've never heard of Talladega Nights. I've only heard of the ballad. What's going on track? Oh my word. Charles Leclerc 15.2 gets within 0.3 of Carlos Sainz. So Leclerc has been on the move as well. Leclerc has been on the move. In fact, he was fastest in Sector 3. So two different Ferraris on track, kind of. Ferrari looking strong. Who was the pole man last year? It was Charles Leclerc. But obviously Max Verstappen ended up winning. This was sort of where the Ferrari dominance started to end, if you remember. That it went really bad for Ferrari in Monaco. And then it went even worse in Catalonia. And that was sort of the end of Ferrari, because Ferrari started the season quite strongly last year. Wow, so many questions in chat. If you go to F1 GP, which country would you choose? Gotta be Japan, surely. Dan saying Rush. Vlatka, Rimac and Bugatti. Yeah, hey, whoa, who came in here saying it was VW? Vlatka's got the news. Vlatka's got the news, and it's confirmed that Rimac own Bugatti. That's it. Rimac just bought out Andrew Tate. Verstappen going to mediums. Yeah, on the test. Well, he's on the test mediums now, I believe. He's gone fast in Sector 1. You will see the time very quickly on your screen. Verstappen goes fastest by 0.03 of a second. A tiny margin. So Verstappen goes fastest, but Leclerc was faster in Sector 3. Leclerc faster in Sector 3. What does this mean?
Who's that just crashed?
I bet it was Daniel Ricciardo. Still 0.3 off what was capable in FP1, but Max Verstappen sort of laying... Oh, Max Verstappen. Just a fresh of the time, so I'll be honest, I got a little bit confused. There's a delay between what I'm watching and what's on the screen. It's my excuse. What does T necessarily mean? That means they're on the test tyre, if you can see it there. I don't know where you can see T, but they are doing some Pirelli testing. They probably have to do a mandated number of laps, I reckon. And then Pirelli will look at the data and work out what to do. Max smashing in the lap times. Yes. Gasly just made his car lighter. Did Gasly have an issue? I've missed it if he did. If he had an issue, I'm afraid I've done a Chris Kamara and I've missed it. Unable to see what happened. Oh, Russell's off. Russell's off. Instant between Russell and Piastri. I'm going to call this how I see it. There's been an issue between George Russell and Oscar Piastri, and Russell has ended up in the gravel on the outside of the hairpin after the infill straight. I could not confirm what's happened, but if I do, I will let you know. Meanwhile, Alonso and Stroll sort of gently moving up. I want to see how many cars in this session are going to go sub 15 seconds. How many cars are going to get in the 14s? That's what I want to see. Because it looks to be that's a sort of good marker for qualifying. Donut did a good video about Rimac Bugatti. Exclamation mark donut in chat. Exclamation mark donut. If you would like. One of the pit lane reporters just touching the Haas front wing. Not sure. Was it Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton didn't they get a penalty for just touching a rear wing or something? Welcome, Phantom. There we go. Donuts for everyone. I still want to see what happened with Russell and Oscar Piastri, because George Russell was a very angry man on the radio. Very out of character for him to have an outburst. The man from King's Lynn. Alonso P4, by the way. Still, I'm not really going to pay that much attention until someone goes deep in the 14s. Then I'm going to wake up and be like, okay, this is serious business. So Carlos Sainz, you have my attention. I think he might have gone in the 14s twice, actually. Is that right? No, just the once, just the one. To be fair, he's only dipped in. Was that time revised? I don't remember it being a 999. I thought it was a 998.
And virtual safety car ending. Virtual safety car ending.
Does anyone know if that time was revised for Carlos Sainz? That would be quite a big revision, wouldn't it? I've always thought that when stuff comes down to a thousandth of a second, what's the margin for error in the equipment? Lewis Hamilton struggling a little bit. Oh, almost losing the back end where George Russell went off. Almost. So close shave there for Lewis Hamilton. He's pushing it. He didn't really have the best times in Monaco, but he did okay in the race, right, didn't he? But bad time in practice, binned it. Really struggled in quali, but had to sort of drag his car all the way through, and then I think got a decent race. You see, AlphaTauri's got some green paint on the rear wing, so AlphaTauri having a look at what's going on with the paint. There you go, paint, doing some stuff. Most of the teams bringing upgrades here, apart from Haas, Alpine, and Alfa Romeo. I believe every other team has brought upgrades. We'll see when they do the simulated quali times. By the way, 100 viewers in the live stream. We've smashed through that 100 viewer mark, which is great to see. By the way, Verstappen set that 14.9 on the medium tyres. So, kind of scary, right? Almost just a sign of dominance, like, to the Ferraris. They're out there trying to really, you know, get everything out of the car to get in the 14s, and Verstappen just goes around on a medium tyre. Kind of crazy. Although the soft tyre, I think, generally just is not a good tyre at Catalonia. Like you wouldn't be able to do 2 hot laps in a row on it, because I don't think it would. By the end of doing an out lap, a hot lap, and by the end of your second hot lap, it would be. I don't think it would. You'd have material degradation there. I think. Look at Alonso there, up to P4. Oh, is it National Donut Day today? Exclamation mark donut. Favourite donut? Okay, chat. Best donuts in the chat. Best donuts in the chat. My best donut has to be... Whenever I used to fly back to Heathrow Airport, they used to have a massive Krispy Kreme. So I used to get just a plain glazed Krispy Kreme donut. And I used to like it. I like donuts with holes in them. I don't like donuts that don't... I'm suspicious of donuts that don't have holes in them. Just trying to check that emoji. Is that a legitimate emoji for our channel? Is Team Andretti going to be let into F1? Not if F1 has its way about it. I think it's crazy. It's all politics, isn't it? It's just a load of politics. It's like these F1 teams have such a good deal. When they get everything working on their side, the amount of exposure they get, the amount of advertising they can offer, being part of this essentially like a franchise, they don't want to be diluted. They don't want to be diluted by another team. They don't want to lose 10%. Or sorry, yeah, they don't lose 10% of their influence. So I asked them to take a 10% pay cut. So obviously they're going to say no to Andretti. Welcome Hans Van Break. Welcome to the community. Fresh, hot, Krispy Kreme. Free donut from Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts in the UK isn't the same. They're quite... When I was in Berlin a few weeks ago, quite a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. So chat, when I go to the US... For the our American friends in chat, like Fast Ginger Dan Mage, when I go to the USA next, where should I be eating? Where should I be eating? Where should I be drinking? Come on, let me know. Still 2 American F1 races to go. We obviously have Circuit of the Americas in Texas. And then we go to Nevada for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which is either going to be amazing or terrible. I don't think there's going to be anything in the middle. So I'm there for it. New sub. Welcome, Hans. Tim Houghton. What's Tim Houghton? I've heard of Tim Horton. Okay, there we go. Tex all about ribs and Tex Mex. Okay. I'm slightly scared of having American portions again. Max Verstappen looks like he might be going on to the soft tyres. Soft tyre stint incoming for Max V. Watch out at the top of the leaderboard. Watch out, that's all I'm going to say. Carlos Sainz on your screen there. We're setting a purple sector in sector number 1. So Carlos Sainz on the move. In fact, Carlos Sainz has gone 2 tenths quicker than Verstappen in sector 1. Keep an eye on this, everyone. Keep an eye. How's this sector 2 going to be? Ooh. Carlos Sainz on the move. Carlos Sainz is on the move, everyone. Are you seeing what I'm seeing on the telemetry? Are you seeing what I'm seeing, everyone? Carlos Sainz with those thick side pods. Fastest man in sector 1. Fastest man in sector 2. Just got to get it done in sector 3. This could be a statement from the team that we're on pole position. It is a 14.2 for Carlos Sainz. My word. Now, sector 2, does that mean it's been DQ'd or something? But 14.2 is 4 tenths faster than we saw Max Verstappen do in FP1. We are going to go into the 13s in qualifying. Make no mistake, and I'm going to sneeze. Oh, man. It was so exciting. It just caused me to sneeze. Carlos Sainz, get your horses out in chat for the Ferrari, everyone. Sainz on the move. The man who I think is under pressure. I don't know why I searched Ferrari. That's not going to be a Ferrari emoji, sir. I need to get a Ferrari emoji. Here you go. Get your horses out in chat for the Scuderia Ferrari team. My word. Charles Leclerc as well beats him. Charles Leclerc, they've gone to an advert here in Sky. They're missing out because Charles Leclerc, look at this. Ferrari are blitzing it. This is faster than we saw Verstappen go. Where is Perez? Perez is way down there. Hold on to your hats, everyone. This could be a return. Maybe Ferrari's upgrades are actually going to... People... There was talk of the town, Ferrari upgrades. And Charles Leclerc is actually looking pretty hot. Pretty damn hot right now. Prancing Ponies in the chat. Do you have Chick-fil-A in UK? No, not that I'm aware. I don't think so. Don't think so. Texas Longhorn, okay. That is insane. Very close between the Ferraris. Both on the soft tyre. Setting really, really, really good lap times. Puts the pressure on everyone else. Yeah, no snack. I don't even have any snacks here. I'm running out of H2O as well. That is crazy. Those Ferraris have just gone quicker than anything we saw in FP1. Very close. Verstappen goes fastest in sector 1, everyone. Keep an eye on the standings there. Verstappen fastest man in sector 1. You look at the sectors there. Sainz much quicker than Leclerc in sector 1, but the opposite in sector 3. What is Max Verstappen going to do in sector 2? He is almost 3 tenths up on Leclerc in the first sector alone. Are we going to see our first driver in the 13s? 1 minute 13s, I think so. Bottas needs to know. Go away, Bottas. We're looking at Max Verstappen now. He needs 3 tenths to go into 1:13s. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Aeneas says obvious answer. Yeah, get rid of... I'm not sure I have anything Ferrari branded. There we go. 13.9 for Max Verstappen. Sky on an advertising break. Just don't know, frankly, what they're playing at. No one cares about this deeply emotional Flash movie. It's all about the Flash in F1. Max Verstappen. Flashstappen. 13.9. Okay. I wonder, did the Ferrari sort of force him into that? It's possible. It's possible. I was going to say that Ferrari are looking really good, but then Verstappen just... Esteban Ocon. The Alpine. The Alpine with a 14.2. Okay, everyone is stepping it up. Remember, this is the last running on track today before FP3 is just before qualifying. FP3 is just sort of, you know, the last fine tuning. This is where we're going to really see the ultimate pace. Nico Hulkenberg is up there, 14.1. Okay, what are we going to see in terms of lap times here? How low are we going to go? I'd be a terrible commentator. I can just do these sort of streams. They're still showing adverts for the Woman King movie. So if you want to see the Woman King, sure Sky are showing it. They've missed Ocon, Hulkenberg, Verstappen. Gents, what are we doing? Nice one, Dan. Max Verstappen still fastest, but Hulkenberg going even faster than Verstappen in Sector 1 in a Haas with no upgrades. Haas literally brought nothing to this race. They looked at this race like, nah, we ain't going to bring anything. Everyone else pretty much has brought lists of upgrades, changing parts, fine-tuning it, little tiny adjustments, going back to the factory, just redoing that part again, remoulding it, just taking a few nanomillimeters off, and Haas like, now we'll just ship the car here, please. Car's being shipped, Hulkenberg's racing it. He's on provisional P2 in FP2. By the way, if qualifying doesn't happen, don't they go back to FP3 to work out the grid? So if qualifying doesn't happen, and an FP3 doesn't happen, this would be the grid. So we could be watching the provisional grid here, you never know. You absolutely never know. Very close there between Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Only 0.3 between them. Oh, look at Vlacker and Phantom coming in tandem. Love it. Yeah, to smack, we've got 183 people watching, 43 likes. We can do better. We can do better. If it's your first time here, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're supporting. As you can see the timer, 32 minutes still to go in FP2. It's been quite exciting so far, I have to say. Lewis Hamilton on the move in Sector 1. Lewis Hamilton on the move in Sector 1 goes fastest. I'm just spotting him there at the bottom. Sector 2. Hard for me to see because I've got a red line over it, but doesn't look too bad. Where is Hamilton going to go? It's a very, very, very slow Sector 3. Is the Mercedes really struggling around the last two corners with no chicane? But Lewis Hamilton, Sector 1. Very interesting going fastest. Wow, this could be quite an interesting quali. And I think it's a race where you want to have both your drivers up there to do some alternative strategy. We've got a race of... Yeah, we've got our own race. We've hit the big 50. Black has got the stopwatch out. Trying to get our old LPH up. Marcella says, would be amazing if this top 10 order... If this was a top 10 right now... Verstappen P1. Okay, but Hulkenberg, Ocon, Leclerc, Sainz, Bottas, Gasly, Hamilton, Guan Yu Zhou. Logan Sargent in P13. But again, I want to see more people drop into the 13s. George Russell goes a little bit faster than Hamilton. Kevin Magnussen as well. But where that Hulkenberg lap, where did that come from? Did Hulkenberg just genuinely set like an insane lap there? Welcome Snow Lion, Max fan from Canada. Just like John Boss. We've got all of the fans of Max Verstappen in the house. Farsha saying, here comes Alonso to the top in 2 minutes. Watch out for Alonso. Is he going to be on the move? You can see Tsunoda and Nick De Vries with not too bad Sector 1s, I have to say. But you can see Hulkenberg there with a very quick Sector 1. Carlos Sainz with a very quick Sector 1 as well. But I feel like Sector 3, the cars are sort of bottoming out. I'm not even watching I'm just chilling out with you guys and girls. Let me have a look at the visuals, because when they go, I'm going to see Yuki Tsunoda go through the last two corners. Obviously, I was driving this track in Formula Cars a couple of days ago, and the amount of load you get on the outside is absolutely insane. Having a look, are we going to get sparks? Yes, we do. Lots of sparks on that curb. I wonder if there might be some complaints about the sawtooth on that curb, because it's going to be very difficult for the cars. We saw Esteban Ocon actually lose a bit of his car in FP1 there. Hans Van Break just saying hands in the chat. Can we get some hands out for Hans Van Braak? Get your hands out in chat. Hans has said hands. We we must respond with some hands. Get your hands out, everyone, for Mr. Hands, who said hands in the chat. Everyone from P1 to P14, that's Verstappen down to Albon, has set their lap time on the soft tyre. No more test tyres out there. I think that's probably the last we'll see with the test tyre. It feels like we're going to have some fast runs coming in. Oh, another fan of Max. Look at that. We got all the claps out in chat. All the hands. Hans van Brack. Very nice. Alonso, by the way, going P2. Did anyone see that? He wasn't the quickest in Sector 1. Wasn't the quickest in Sector 2. I'm going to watch him in Sector 3 now. See how smooth he is. Going around the right-hander at sort of top of the circuit. Few small corrections. Really smooth. Tips into the penultimate corner. How is he on the last corner? Oh my word. That Aston looks really good on the last corner. That Aston looks so much better than the Mercedes. The amount of downforce you can just feel off it is insane. Aston bringing a lot of upgrades here. Is this a tipping point? Are Aston Martin now faster than Mercedes? I remember Aston Martin going to Honda engines as well. I don't know how that works, by the way. Aston Martin using Honda engines doesn't make any sense in the real world. But in Formula 1, that's what Papa Stroll wants to do. But says the second large corner cars are bottoming out, but I don't think the Aston did. I think the Aston looked absolutely supreme through there. I think Aston Martin... Basically, don't write off Aston Martin for the rest of the season, is what I'm seeing. Alonso calls Lance Stroll dad. Yes, giving him those upgrades. Yeah, big lap from Alonso. I did promise and say I'm not really going to take note until they get into the 13s. But that is close. That is close. And suddenly the Ferrari pace is looking a little bit ordinary, dare I say. Likewise with the Mercedes. And Lance Stroll is going around now, but he is almost half a second off what Nico Hülkenberg was able to do. Oscar Piastri has set quite a decent Sector 1. By the way, I wanted to show you the sector times for Sector 1. There's not a lot in it between a lot of the cars. There's a couple of tenths at most. Very nicely balanced, isn't it? Yeah, Alonso is Lance Stroll's favourite son. We all know that. Lance Stroll? Jesus, that's some F1 fan fiction right there. Time bending. Just roll with it. We just roll with it. Piastri goes P11. Stroll only able to go P17. We saw Stroll was quite disappointing at Monaco, wasn't he? Did not have a good race. Unfortunately, couldn't finish that race with everyone. Anyone in chat was here for the Monaco race? We are going to do the Sunday race at Catalina. We're going to do it and finish it together. I promise you, I've been in touch with Formula 1 and we've been in contact. We've been swapping emails. We've been trying to sort this out for everyone involved. Snowline saying Stroll is a national embarrassment. Do we agree or disagree with that? I'm going to say that's a little bit harsh on Lance Stroll saying national embarrassment. Maybe regional? Kate was here. He's literally strolling around. I did put him in my poll. I put him in the poll, and you guys and girls, you did not vote Lance Stroll. You said Sergio Perez more likely to get replaced before Lance Stroll. Ivan set the light bar to Mod Twin, and welcome Ivan. Good to see you. Almost time for the ice cream season, surely. Surely, surely, surely. Alonso with a 22.4.
And just remind you, use the pit limiter.
4.8 in sector 3 there. Not sure why that's highlighted. That looks very quick. Is he going around again? Hard to tell. Where is old Fernando on track? Cannot see him. Martin Brundle's looking at a Aston Martin. Just flashed past. Let me have a look. Can I confirm? Is this Fernando on track? I think it is, yes, but he's just doing an outlap or something. Snowline, that's how we Canadians... Can any other Canadians in the chat confirm or deny that? Canadians only. What is your view on Lance Stroll? Vettel to replace Stroll. Can you imagine the Vettel and Alonso dream team? The Vettel and Alonso dream team for Aston Martin. The gentleman's team. 6 world championships in that team. Masella's not happy. Masella not happy about something. Let us know what's coming, Masella. What are you not happy about? Let us know. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to send out someone here on the stream. LPH 35, but I think the LPH is going up. I think we're doing a better job with the LPH. Verstappen saying someone's phone is going. Is that Helmut's? Helmut Marko's phone might be in Verstappen's cockpit. He's just said someone's phone's going. Has Helmut Marko dropped his phone in Max Verstappen's cockpit? Verstappen's just been on the radio. That is suboptimal, I would say. Flack has got the stats in. AMPM saying Stroll is great. He's not great, but he belongs. I think... Look, didn't Stroll do an amazing race in Istanbul in the wet? Or am I imagining it? We're talking about a podium winner here in Formula 1. Does Stroll deserve a little bit more respect on the name? Or does the fact that his dad literally bought the team to buy him a seat undermine it? Or is it a pure pace thing? Let us know. Let us know. This is the conversation. Capital T, capital C. I'll tell you what we'll do for FP3. We'll get some nice graphics. So we'll say that we are now in the conversation. It'll go whoosh. This is the conversation. 23 minutes you can see to go. They are working on George Russell's car quite urgently. They want to get him out as soon as possible. He will always have that stigma, unfortunately. Snowline saying he's a Nepo baby. Baby emoji in the chat. Alex Albon is out on track as well, but no one else has gone in the 13s yet apart from Max Verstappen himself, but people are sort of gearing up again, doing some quali runs, and then probably we'll see some race pace tomorrow in FP3. I had thought Lance Stroll had done a good race in Istanbul in Turkey, but during COVID, but I may have been wrong. Let me know, Van Raj. Let me know. He did not have a good race at Monaco. He's not Latifi. Yeah, come on, Canadians. Would you rather Nicholas Latifi or Lance Stroll? More money, but clearly Aston is doing just fine to find weighing in there. Lance Stroll, we were discussing him. He's just set his fastest sector 1. 3/10 behind Alonso. Look, it's not easy to be the teammate of Fernando Alonso, is it? That's not. He's got it stacked up against him. But I think he's not Pastor Maldonado. Put some damn respect on Pastor Maldonado's name. He's won the Spanish Grand Prix. You're talking about a Spanish Grand Prix race winner there. Can we put some respect on Pastor's name, please? Who's better, Pastor Maldonado or Lance Stroll? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Pastor's won it though. And he won it for Williams. Can we just remember, isn't he the last race winner for Williams? Am I making all this up? This kind of sounds like made up, but I'm sure it's true. I'm sure that I watched that race and that happened. But it's one of these things that sounds so fake. Pastor Maldonado won the Spanish GP for Williams and then their garage burnt down that it just sounds like fake. Lance Stroll's not having a good time of it. Lance Stroll is down there in P18, just strolling. Marcella has a point. Look, that's what we do on this stream. You come at me with your opinions, and I just slap them down with facts. That's how we roll. They're looking at something under Sergio Perez's car, maybe damage on the last corner. They don't look too happy, the mechanics. Don't look too happy. The Mandela effect. Don't know what the Mandela effect is. Mechanics looking worried around Sergio Perez's car. Not good. They're trying to keep him warm with a fan. I've got the same. We've got an F1 system here. This is F1 technology. Fan keeping me nice and cool. Fernando Alonso, first job, Carter. Not entirely sure that's a job. But let us know in the chat if you agree or disagree with that. Looks like people might be gearing up to do some more runs here, by the way. Is Verstappen on the move? We will see. Or is he starting to move to some race pace? Alonso only 1.5 tenths off Verstappen. Very similar story at Monaco in qualifying, but this is a very, very, very different track. It's a very different track. Shows us how the marginal gains in F1 just make it so close to the top, even though everyone's running a different chassis. There's lots of different engines involved. Everyone's running different bodywork. It's not a spec series, but it ends up being closer than the spec series. This is closer than you get in Hypercar, in Le Mans, for example, in WEC, which is not a spec series, but it's also closer than we saw in F2. Sky have gone to yet another break for Workday. Is there anything more cringe than Workday trying to appear cool by being a sponsor of F1? I don't know. This message was brought to you by Workday. Chat, what do we think then? We've got 18 minutes to go. And by the way, we're going to be premiering after this. We're going to be premiering straight away to a very exciting video that has a lot of drivers from Le Mans that I've interviewed. WEC. So very, very, very exciting video coming up soon. I just want to get something ready here for you. Check out the thumbnail for it. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads. The more viewers are watching, give it a try. Now, if you want to see ads, you go over to Sky F1. I'm not going to be inserting ads right here. We're just going to chill out and look at the standings. That's how we roll. Bob's heading to the DMV. Is that what, the demilitarized vehicle? You've got a demilitarized vehicle. I think so far, surprise package has to be Nico Hülkenberg. The more I look at it, the more surprising it is. Nico Hülkenberg has just nestled his Haas up there. Is he a driver that really likes Spain? I can't remember. AMPN saying, remember, Stroll is still nursing his injuries. Yeah, look, I did my wrist at the same time as Lance Stroll, if you remember. And, like, I think it was a bit irresponsible for him to come back. Considering that they had... Was it Stoffel? Or, no, it was Felipe Drugovich, who I spoke to. I spoke to Felipe Drugovich. And anyway, I think he was hard done by. I think he was really hard done by. Because he should have been in that car. He's a Formula 2 reigning champion. And I'm speaking to him. You can see in the interview I did with him that, you know, he had changed his plans, so I'm not sure Aston Martin was super classy there, but come on, if Lance Stroll says he wants to race, what's Papa Stroll going to do? It's not rocket science, is it? Department of Motor Vehicles. Okay, good luck. Good luck with that. I don't know what that means or the context, but good luck. Very good point from ANPM there. Very good point. Wonder who won't be happy about this session. Well, obviously Lance Stroll. You've got to say Kevin Magnussen's been made to look a little bit ordinary there, hasn't he? The McLaren's not that much between them. Mercedes just looking kind of ordinary at the moment, to be honest, aren't they? Kind of ordinary from Mercedes. I think we've reached... I think we've reached the inflection point where Aston Martin are just clearly better than Mercedes, but it confuses it. Oh, someone's smashing the emojis. Confuses it because you've got Alonso, who is here, like, 16 positions from Stroll. Kind of crazy, isn't it? By the way, everyone, 256 people watching. Let us know where in the world are you watching from. Let us know where in the world. We'll do a roll call. We're broadcasting to you here from the United Kingdom. That's where we're coming from. And I'm going to put exclamation mark nations in the chat. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Let's see who has got the support for either their team or their country in the race. Always interesting to see Bob Nacho coming straight in from the USA. Straight up eagle emoji. Can anyone any advancements on the USA? ANPM from Canada, the home of the strolls. Strolida. Booty subscribed earlier from Indonesia. Kilfu fans watching from Finland through Austria. You got a telescope pointed at a TV in Austria. Messi is watching from Ireland. Marcella saying Alonso on outlap. Alonso on outlap. Let's watch out. James Addison watching from the UK. Beto, South Texas in the US. Very nice. We'll be at Circuit of the Americas later this year. Anaya Mauri is watching from Italy. Hans van Broek watching from Netherlands. Big Hans, super Hans in the chat. So we've been told Alonso might be on the move. Alonso on outlap, yes. Alonso on outlap. Is he going to try and go and set? He's done not the quickest set to 3, is it? But we'll see what he can do. John Boss is from London, Ontario, Canada. John Boss, you just put 3 places in there. Snowna says, my entire family's from Austria. We'll be at the Red Bull Ring. By the way, I ran a competition on this channel where someone got to go. Someone has got VIP tickets to meet Lando Norris and have a VIP experience at the Red Bull Grand Prix in Austria. How cool is that? Francois is from Lebanon. Has there ever been a fast... Who's the fastest driver from Lebanon? Oh, all one place. Okay. Who's the fastest Lebanese driver? Verstappen's in the pits. Is he going to be getting on some new boots? Remember, you only have a certain amount of tyres over the weekend. So you can actually use too much tyres in free practice. I do it a lot in F1 Manager. And we're like, hang on, how come I don't have a fresh pair of socks for Q3? George Russell on the radio. Some very light raindrops around turn 9. I'm looking at the skies. It doesn't seem as bad earlier. There are 12 minutes to go. And George Russell saying there is rain. Are the teams going to try and get their drivers in, put them on some intermediates, and get some potentially very important data for Catalonia in the rain? George Russell is reporting raindrops on the track. It doesn't look super angry clouds, I have to say. But Russell is saying rain. Dan Major's aunt is the fastest driver in Lebanon. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Good to see. Good to see people. All I'm going to scan up and have a look. So it looks like US, North America. I think North America dominating. So we got the North American audience very much in tonight. I'm trying to keep an eye here and see if there's going to be any significant rainfall at Catalonia. Last year, in the video you see on the left, left that way, it was record temperatures. Record temperatures. Should have really got a haircut, to be honest. Welcome Akshay Arvind in the chat. Good to see you. Double A. You can see the laps people are on there. Lance Stroll is, again, really struggling here. P18. Has he damaged his wrist? If you remember, my wrist was so bad, I couldn't race. I tried to race to him. I even did an endurance race. It didn't work, so I actually just left the country. I was like, I need to be away from my rig. I need to force myself not to race, otherwise I'm going to damage this permanently. And now my wrist feels pretty good. It does still click a little bit, but I actually just had to physically leave my rig. So I wonder if for Lance Stroll, I said, Lance, don't worry about it. Just let it recover. Potentially it could be a thing. We don't know. We don't know. If you remember, at Bahrain, he was really struggling. Alaska wants a word. Canada. Canada still top of NA? Geographically speaking, I can't disagree with that. Latitudinally, yes. I think there are some raindrops on the camera lenses now, so I'm keeping a keen eye if anyone is going to struggle. Mike Crack is looking out the window. There's 9 minutes to go, and the pit lane is a hive of activity. Are they going to put people onto different tyres? There is a tyre swap going on right now, but it's onto softs onto mediums from an Alfa Romeo. Wonder if it's going to be spitting rain and if it's going to wash away the track for FP3 and qualifying tomorrow. Rain really forecast over much of Spain for the next few days. Actually, we saw Susie K earlier in Valencia. So we'll see. Barcelona on the northeast coast of Spain. John Ball saying Canada bigger than USA. Again, territorially speaking, perhaps. Bob saying Hamilton is a dang good driver in the rain. We will see in the rain. I can't remember. In fact, can someone in chat let us know when was the last wet race at Canada? I think this circuit was built in 1993 or 1992. So over the last 30 years, has there been any wet races at Canada? I hope G7 has a Monday F car. Yeah, everyone does. That'd be a great shout. Logan Sargent going side by side with a Haas into turn 1. Not sure what the play is here. Go on, Logan. Try and do it. I thought there was a drought in Spain, Italy. You can have droughts and heavy rain, like, basically at the same time, because a drought can be when just the water's not, just runs off the land or stuff like that. So you can have a drought and then have like really heavy rain that doesn't stop the drought, basically. Did it not rain last year? I can guarantee it didn't, because I was there. Unless I was there and I've forgotten, but I'm pretty sure it didn't rain. If someone tells me it rained last year, then I need to get my memory checked, because as you can see, I was actually there, and this video is shot after the race. Welcome, Erendpool Spider-Man. By the way, if you're liking the stream and you want to join us for FP3 and qualifying and the race, please hit that subscribe button, because these streams often get taken down, so your subscription really helps make us more legitimate. Gives me more weight, basically, to sort of push back and allow us to do these things. So it is really appreciated. If you are enjoying the stream and you're not subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything. Just please hit that subscribe button. It just personally really helps me out, really helps out our community. Alex saying maybe 112s, 111, and let us know in the chat as well, so thank you. 112s, 111s. I wonder if 111s seems like that would be mad. Wow, we've gone through FP in the game. Let me just go through to the next one. Bear with me.
Daniel, I didn't hear your radio check. Radio check?
Check. Radio check.
Yep, radio's good, drink's good.
What's the coolest car I've driven?
Should be
I don't really drive. Probably my car I drive is the nicest car I've driven, actually. It's not a bad thing. Alonso is out on track. I'm just looking at his lines. Do you remember Alonso, by the way, had a very weird crash? Credit in the chat if you remember this. Alonso had a very weird crash here once in pre-season testing. I think for either McLaren or Alpine. And he was actually out for the first few races, wasn't he? So, a very weird crash. So the tail of the car went in testing. And I just wonder whether that's the experience of Fernando to sort of sit out those races and he's still racing as the oldest driver. Whereas if you do what Lance Stroll does, it sort of reminds you of Marc Marquez, who's a rider I've seen at Catalunya quite a few times. Marc Marquez, he's not going to have the longevity of someone like Valentino Rossi, is he? So, just a couple of thoughts there. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. What series am I racing in? What do you mean? What do you mean? LS1 Trans Am. I've never been in one. Although when I'm in the States soon, I want to I've heard that, is it Turo or Truro? You can rent quite nice cars there. I can't afford or justify having a nice car. Not when you live in London, I think. Basically. By the way, we've just hit 3,000 viewers on the stream, so big clap everyone if you've been enjoying it. There are 4.5 minutes to go, and people are still trying to set times. Lewis Hamilton's done his PB in Sector 1, I believe. But the only driver to get in the 13s so far is Max Verstappen, with Alonso not too far behind, and the surprise package of FP2, I believe, is Nico Hulkenberg. Thanks for like rent a Corvette. I was thinking about renting a Mustang. I know it's not exciting, but they're quite cheap, and I think driving a Mustang will be quite fun. Pedro de la Rosa is here. Man, the man looks, he's getting on. I remember when Pedro was a racer. Test driver as well for McLaren for many years. He spent many laps at Catalonia. He drove back in the days when there wasn't really any restrictions on testing. Ferrari and Michael Schumacher were just race days. Fernando Alonso defending on the straight in turn 1. Defending from a McLaren. It's all kicking off. Fernando Alonso making a big defensive move, saying absolutely no to this McLaren behind him. You are not going to get past. Fernando and his wily ways, the most experienced driver on the grid, a 2-time world champion, the oldest driver on the grid, and arguably in the second fastest car. Dan says any rental's the fastest car. I know what you mean, Dan. I know what you mean. I normally when I rent the cars in the US, I normally get like really like dreary like Hyundais or Kias and stuff like that. Or like Chevrolets, like boring ones. They're just like all white. You know, they all look the same to me. Joanna Trulli Days, yeah. In fact, let us know in the comments while we're here. What's the best car you've ever driven? I want to know. Are my standards too low for driving good cars? Sergio Perez's dad is there. It's a scary view when Sergio Perez's dad gives that insane grin smile. If you're watching the live feed, you'll understand what we've just seen. The Trans Am Racing Series. Ocon's on the radio. Deployment is all over the place. Ocon, wow, consistent. He was looking good in FP1. He's looking good in FP2. Obviously coming off a podium in Monaco. I spoke to him in Monaco, and he remembered us racing together, which is quite a weird thing. Quite weird when an F1 driver remembers racing against you. But very cool. City or United? If it is West Ham United, then yes. John Boss drove a Rolls one time ago. Snowline's rented Ferraris, very nice. Rented Ferraris. Rent a Corvette Z06. Yeah, I kind of want to rent a Corvette C8, but I'd like to rent like a mass-manufactured, like American muscle car that's quite cheap over there, but quite exotic for us. 1 minute to go, by the way. 1 minute to go. Oh, FA Cup final. Oh, it's all about the Conference League final for me. But yeah, Verstappen, Alonso, Hulkenberg, the prize pack is Perez still up there. Ocon, Leclerc and Sainz. The only thing with Leclerc and Sainz, they both went out at rapid times. They might have been very comfortable with the car, but like, we don't need to show any more of our hand here. Let's just do some race pace. That's what I'm thinking. C8 defines his BMW M5. Quick pit stop practice there for old Sergio P, I believe. The people that might be a bit disappointed, I would say Hamilton, Magnussen, Yuki Tsunoda. You know, after he was showing some good pace in Monaco at times, and Lance Stroll, I think, would be the disappointments. That's what I'm seeing. I would say here, although there's only one place between Sainz and Russell, I would say that Fry will be a lot happier with how things are going, to be honest. That's my hunch. Oops. That's my hunch. Oh god. Right, I just need to do some stuff, bear with me, that I should have done, but I didn't. Here we go. Right, chat. We're gonna... Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. I'm gonna do something very special. I'm gonna take you somewhere. I'm gonna take you over here. So if you don't get put anywhere, click this link. This is where we're going right now.